Alright. The Spirit. I think I may have done this review somewhere before. In brief, probably as brief as this is going to be. But The Spirit was a 2008 film by Frank Miller, the guy that did Sin City. He thought to make his version of The Spirit, a classic 30s comic book strip thing, and radio show, into a 90s-esque Sin City sequel. Even though he just done Sin City. So he got everything wrong, and utterly made it awful in MS, Trainwreck. One of the dumbest superhero movies of the new superhero movie genre that was starting. It was just really bad. Okay, my father, when he was still living, this is one of the last movies we discussed when he sold me. And I told him about this one, and he was like, they told me about how the actual original one went, whereas the Spirit was a ghost. He'd been killed in the line of duty, and was a ghost cop, ghost detective. And basically, his shtick was that he'd come back from the afterlife. Sort of like a good version of Ghost Rider crossed with Inspector Gadget, kind of. Not Wolverine, as this guy thought, but sort of a ghost. He's a ghost. Okay, so he's a spirit, literally. And he comes back from the dead, and he goes like, okay, I'm going to fight crime. And he befriends Sans Serif, the girl, who is the hero,